just make lemonade. Okay, let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
This is The Rush with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson on the Rush Radio Network, Iowa's sports station.
From central Iowa to eastern Iowa to western Iowa to the entire state of Iowa to the Midwest to the United States, this is the Rush Radio Show presented by Willis Automotive and Willis Chevrolet of Granger. Chevy is bringing big savings this August. Get 0% financing for 5 years with no payments for 90 days on eligible 2026 Silverado models, or lease the popular Trailblazer for as low as $289 a month. The Track's also available for 2.9% financing, giving you even more ways to save. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comment sections. Call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on social media. Happy Friday there, Ross Peterson. What's going on?
Like Art Bell used to say, and all around the world on the Armed Forces Radio Network.
Yeah,
we're
not.
There's an Armed Forces Radio Network?
In fact, somebody right now is listening in Germany, believe it or not.
Did I tell you the story about the gentleman I ran into who'd been on an African safari and he was listening to us in like Tanzania?
Really?
And he was like, I kept waiting for Travis to pull up his little map and go, there's some guy in Africa listening.
You never know where people listen.
When you
go on vacation, you go to the
know.
British Virgin Islands, you can dial us in there. Anywhere you want to listen to us. Just download that TuneIn app and search the Rush Radio Network. That's simple. Big weekend plans?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I have anything planned on the weekend, do I?
I don't know. I'm not your scheduler, so I don't know what your schedule looks like.
What's this weekend look like, Trav? What is this weekend? Oh, I know. Tomorrow is my buddy Owen Justice is playing at the fair from 2 to 5 at JR's.
Yeah, so acoustic gig only. Not bringing the band over, so it's an acoustic gig only. So
you're familiar with his catalog. You're coming over to watch.
The catalog. Though the little sneaky SOB, like his sister's running his social media accounts now, right? And she posted one the other day. I'm like, I've never heard that song you've written. Yeah, so he's slowly putting little stuff out there that he doesn't share. When he used to live in the house, it was great because we could sit upstairs and kind of hear what he was working on. And I don't know what he's been writing, and he's had like 3 or 4 new ones pop up lately. I'm like, I didn't know that existed. So you might hear some new stuff tomorrow, acoustically, but it'll be a good 3 hours. So get myself a lobster roll.
I was thinking of him the other day because I was watching, so along with my fishing videos, another one of my guilty pleasures, Travis, are dock nightmares.
Hold on. You mean like fishing dock nightmares?
Yeah, people that can't trailer a boat.
Oh, that would be me.
They're at the boat ramp. It's boat ramp nightmares. And one the other day, there was a fight at a boat ramp in Lake Minnetonka.
Oh, he's got a song called Lake Minnetonka.
That's why I was thinking of him. I saw the Lake Minnetonka thing, and the whole time the video was playing, all I could hear, sitting on a boat down in Lake Minnetonka.
Drinking the champagne of beers.
That's
a good party song.
Could we play his music on our show?
We probably could. I don't, because he would probably give us permission.
He'd probably give us permission.
But I don't know how the music, because they are registered songs.
He likes me. I'll ask him.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
But I'm going to see him tomorrow.
You are going to see him tomorrow.
That's my plan. Fair tomorrow.
You're going to see me tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. See Anjanette tomorrow.
You're going to see Anjanette tomorrow. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Glenn had asked me about Glenn Cook is coming to the fair. And he's like, I never make it. What should I do? So I sent him a pretty good text of like the things to do at the fair. I basically told him like, this is what I wrote to him. He said, which area of the fair do I need to hit? I said, it really depends on what the family wants to do. It's spread out. There's no real one part of the fair. The Varied Industries building is like a giant trade show. It's booths of people trying to sell you shit. The east
but it's still
part,
fun, right? Because I got my stick it thing for the pet hair. I like that, right? I found something I liked. I bought it. It was like $50. But you're right. It's where like the University of Iowa set up, Grandview, Drake, all that.
All the
it's
universities.
A trade show.
Yeah, it's a trade show. You want a gutter guard? You can find one at the Varied Industries building.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's everything there.
And by the way, our good buddy from Mobotics is in the Varied Industry building.
Okay, yeah. There you go. So you can learn all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Then around the outside of the Varied Industries building, that's where the like ShamWow people are. Do you know what I mean? By ShamWow people, I'm not necessarily talking about the ShamWow. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say the ShamWow people?
They're doing presentations. They're trying to sell you more
carnival
stuff.
Barking, presenting weirdly high pressure.
And the only reason they're not in the Varied Industry building is because it costs more to be in the Varied Industry building than it does outside. So like a booth at the Varied Industry building is like $7,500 or something. Outside, it's like $2,000. I'm just using rough numbers there.
Honey,
right?
I'm telling you, this guy can't get an egg to stick to that pan. It's amazing.
Need some knives? Look at the way this thing cuts a tomato.
But honey, what if I ever have to cut through a 9-inch branch? This is a ratcheting. You ever seen that one? The one that's like the little wood clipper thing?
I have.
And they have so much. They're so calm and confident. It's kind of cool to watch those guys work. And women. It's a very specific skill set.
I spun the wheel last week at like the Kawasaki side-by-side place.
Did you win?
Well, yeah, and they were giving away just free tchotchke stuff, which was real cheap, right? And I'm looking at all the stuff. I said, even if I don't land on that, that's what I want. And she goes, I think we can make that happen. I go, thank you.
That's how you play the game right there.
Yes. I don't want what I win. I want this.
Yeah.
And it was probably the cheapest thing. It was like an anti-fog deglasser wipe, so when it gets humid outside.
I think Virginia asks the real important questions that we all should be asking ourselves as we walk towards the Iowa State Fairgrounds. When you park and you're walking towards the fair, you should ask yourself, do I need kitchen knives that could cut off the head of a hammer? And if the answer to that question is yes, directly to the Varied Industries building.
Absolutely.
Virginia sat through that presentation. I like it.
Now, Glenn, if you're going to the fair, and I don't know how this works as we get later, because there's, Sunday's the last day of the fair, right? So, do they start clearing out the sheep? Do they start clearing out the swine?
I did tell him that. I said the east part of the grounds up on the hill is where you need to be at sunset. It's really cool up there any time of the day. There's less people. One of the barns is a wine hideout. They have a cool little bar up there that usually has live music. The brick and mortar restaurant and bars are great spots that you have to hit. JR's, Jalapeno Pete's, Blue Ribbon Bar and Grill. I said the Depot and the Bud Tent are the big beer bars. Iowa Craft Beer Tent is the other big beer venue. I said I'd go through the livestock barns, but by Saturday, some are going to be gone. I mean, they're already getting hauled out of there. And then the Butter Sculpture's in a really cool building. They usually have some neat Iowa stuff in there. It's right across from the Bud Tent. There you go. There's a day. There's a day right there.
Yeah, you missed the fun part, which was the grooming of the sheep. Anytime you can watch the grooming of the sheep, you can do that. But you need to go on like Friday and Saturday for that. So yeah, it'll be. I think after the fair, we got to plan this right, but I think I'm going to Muscatine after that. I find my brother-in-law is getting frustrated with me. You know that table I helped plane?
Yeah, the one that you were the one, you had that real important job of catching the board on the backside of the plane.
Yeah, I had to catch the board.
Yeah.
I need to get that table out of his barn because he's getting sick of it. And I didn't know this till my wife said, hey, he's getting sick of the table in the barn. I said, I get it. I don't know how to get it home. So I think we might have access to a pickup truck. And do you know how much this table weighs, Ross?
So it's one solid piece of wood?
Well, he had to glue the pieces together, but yeah, so it's
one giant block of wood, though.
Yes,
that will be your kitchen table?
No, it's going to be my new podcast table.
Oh, your podcast table. Oh, yeah, then, dude, what do you... Yeah, he's sick of it. How big is it?
It's 7 feet long. And 7 feet
How
long,
wide?
and I think 4 feet wide.
How thick is it?
An inch, maybe an inch and a half. Because he texted me the other day, and he goes, "Hey, I might be able to put it on the roof rack and we'll bring it to Des Moines because they're moving their son into Iowa State today." And he goes, "Yeah, I can't put it on the roof rack. It weighs 342 pounds. 342
Travis,
pounds.
7 foot long.
Yeah.
How are you going to get that thing to Omaha?
In a pickup truck.
Going to strap it into the back of a truck?
Yeah, so it's not going to fly out of the truck at 342 pounds. We've got a smaller Toyota Tundra or Tacoma or something like that, and we'll just let it hang off the back, put a little flag, take Highway 34 all the way home.
You're not going to strap it down?
Well, we'll tighten it. We'll tighten it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, that's a big table.
It's a big table.
And then
weighs
who
more than I
gets-
thought it was going to.
And you're pretty convinced that Owen and Anjanette can get that thing down the stairs?
I think so. We'll have to figure that out. That's what Tony told me. He goes, normally this wouldn't be a problem because this thing's a little more than I can handle, and I've had to move it like 3 times.
Yeah, dude, and getting it around that corner to get it down to your basement.
Well, we'll bring it through the garage.
Through the garage.
I've got stairs in the garage
Forget
to go
about
straight
the back.
down.
Okay, all right.
But still getting it around that is
Holy
going to
cow,
be difficult.
dude, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bigger, a little heavier than I thought it was going to be.
It'll be super cool.
Got a live edge on it. You're 100%. It will be correct.
Got a live edge on it. That just sounds fancy. Does that mean bark? Is when you say live edge, do you mean bark?
Yeah, there's some bark on there.
Bark on it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Owen was calling in. Then he hung up. I don't know.
He was probably just calling to make sure that the phone line
He
was
was trying
working.
to say, "Dad, we're taking my pickup."
Oh, that's probably smart.
I don't know. He's got a full size.
I love that I tried to snake in a joke there, and you didn't even. I said, "Man, are you sure that Owen and Anjanette are going to be able to get that thing
No,
into the
I got
basement?"
it.
And you were like,
I let it,
I
let
think
it go.
they can do
I
it.
just let it go. I know you were insulting me. I know you love to insult me. That I'm going to be the superintendent on the project and sit and watch. Okay, guys, you're doing good. Doing good. I don't want to throw my back out.
Yeah.
I got to golf on Monday.
You got important shit to do.
There's
I golfed.
There's no calluses on these hands.
They keep them pretty, baby.
That's right.
The money makers. Those are the money makers.
Got to go get my manicure and my pedicure.
Think this money makes itself? I golfed at Wakanda last night.
Look at you, Mr. Hoity-toity. You give me a hard time about my club membership.
That's right.
This is how elite Ross Peterson is, folks.
Yeah.
He is golfing Wakanda.
Oh, went out on the big boy course last night. Man, that place is beautiful.
Find any balls?
Lost a couple. Dude, I hit drives that went down the middle of the fairway that I lost. The very first tee shot I hit needed a second one. Breakfast ball at 4:30.
Who'd you golf with?
My buddy Andy Rote. Did you ever work with Andy?
I did not.
Andy was a sales manager at the radio station. He worked at WHO for maybe cumulative close to 30 years, 20 plus. He was a sales manager there. I worked with Andy for 15 years, something like that. Maybe not quite that long. Again, he was at WHO for a long time, left and went to another place, came back for a period of time, and then retired. And he owned the Fleet Feet running store. So if you were a runner and you ever bought shoes at Fleet Feet downtown, that was my buddy Andy and his wife Kathy. And Andy is now that he's retired, he works at Wakanda and invited me to come over and play some golf. It was awesome, man. Weren't that many people out there, so just the two of us. We both played pretty well, so it went fast.
Play 18 or 9?
Played 18. got to reminisce about a lot of coworkers and fun times.
So this summer, folks, Ross has golfed Des Moines Golf and Country Club, and he's golfed Wakanda.
That's right.
That's how big of a deal Ross Peterson.
And sometime in October, I'll probably be golfing a very nice golf course in Las Vegas. And here's the thing. Hacking them up. Just hacking them up. Andy works at the golf course. You know what he said to me yesterday? Hey, Ross, I've never seen this part of the course before. It's like, hey, play with me, bud.
So he works at the golf course. He went from sales manager at what's he do at the golf course?
He's retired. He went from sales manager to owning his own store downtown. Then he sold the store, and he and his wife retired.
Okay.
So now again, and he even said yesterday, he's like, man, this is a good retirement gig.
It's a perfect retirement gig.
I'll tell you the other one, because we have a couple of buddies that we talked about yesterday that I worked with at the radio station for a long time, about 20 years, that both are drivers at Willis. And those guys say the same thing. Neither one of those guys are golfers. So they both say the same thing, like, man, this retirement gig, I get to drive cars around. Got several friends that I worked with at the station that work at, like, I never worked with John Walling, but like Coach Walling, retired, works at Grandview Golf Course. When Jack Emerson for a while was going to retire, he worked out at Terrace Hill. Courtney's dad works at Ankeny Golf and Country. Like, yeah, man, I get to get up and go mow a lawn. And
I've got a couple retired guys around me, and this would be something that I want. So we have a major medical center here, right, in the University of Nebraska Medical Center. Well, a lot of the doctors here have to go to rural towns to the clinics for the day. So they drive the doctors in a van to the clinic. They go play 18 at the local golf course, pick the doctors back up, and drive them back. That would be a perfect job for retirement, right? That's what I'm aiming for.
now,
Host a radio show.
Oops. With that, you're still paying your green fees.
Yeah, but you know what? You're like,
see, for me, it's going to be either fishing or golfing. If I could find something that it was like, and I know it's a lot of work,
Ross's bait and tackle?
Well, man, I don't know about that. What I was thinking, I know it's a lot of work, especially when you get older. I don't think when I'm 65 I'd want to do this. But, man, being a fishing guide, that is, every time I go fishing, you sit there and watch these guys, and you're like, man.
Yeah, but here's the problem. At some point, they're going to go, shut the fuck up, because all you do is talk.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I've been on the boat with a few guides that could hold their own, okay? Hold their own. But that's when you watch these guys that, are fishing guides, and again, hard work. These guys get up early. They get all the shit ready for you, which is an hour's worth of work to get stuff for 5 guys to go fishing.
I noticed Corey from Bats and Bugs is listening this morning. Corey, if you want to call the show, because this story's for you. Eric Morris is the head coach at Oklahoma State University. Okay?
Okay.
Eric Morris lives out in the country outside of Stillwater, right?
Okay.
And he can't sleep. He's a typical type A college football coach, can't sleep. But he's also been having some yard problems.
Okay.
So he gets up at 2:30 in the morning and go sit out on the porch.
Done it. Yep.
And he sees what his yard problem is. Little armadillos doing some damage to the flower beds, to the yard. Now you get farther down south.
Are they a rodent?
I don't know. I would consider, and listen, if you drive in Arkansas, southern Missouri, Texas, Louisiana, the odds of you hitting an armadillo are pretty high. Or
not
at
a rodent. Not a rodent.
At least seeing an armadillo are a little high. What does Eric Morris do, Ross? He doesn't call Corey at Bats and Bugs. He goes into his house, grabs his gun.
Yeah, there you go. Take care of the problem.
And shoots and kills said armadillo.
Okay. Not a problem?
No, I don't think it's a problem. You know there's going to be some PETA people pissed. Now, in Oklahoma, in Oklahoma, they're like, that's our coach. That's our coach. Pistols out.
Double finger guns.
My question is, with the hard shell, do you need like a shotgun to blow that thing away?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think even like a 22 would. I don't know.
Damage?
I don't know how dark. I don't know how hard the shell of an armadillo is, dude. No idea. But
armadillos are weird-looking animals.
Did he then tell people about this?
Yeah,
is that how it got out? Okay.
Yeah, he came out. He's like, I had to call my neighbors because I live in the country, but I called my neighbors and let them know.
Gunshot at 2:30.
Gunshot at 2:30 in the morning. What's going on at the Morris house?
From the coach's house.
Yeah.
Smart. Okay. All right.
Corey's calling in right now. We'll let him go through the screening process.
So an armadillo, while he's doing that, armadillo, not a rodent.
Really?
It is a placental animal belonging to the, I don't understand any of these words. It's a placental mammal. Does that mean it's born in a placenta? In the order Cingulata, with a C, not an S. Whereas rodents belong to the order Rodentia. What does that mean?
Let's get more from Corey from
Get an expert.
From Bats and Bugs. Corey, would we compare like an armadillo to a groundhog in the type of damage they do?
I'll be honest. I skipped armadillo at school, so I'm not.
Well, you did.
I'm probably not the expert on armadillo, but I think you're probably right. They'll dig up for grubs and stuff like. We'll have skunks and raccoons do that here in Iowa, but I know they can cause a ton of damage, but don't have them here in Iowa, thank goodness.
I would imagine rodent removal is a geographic type of thing, right, Trav? He's got to stay. Corey's expertise needs to be in the stuff he's going to see here in Iowa. Have you ever had to experience an armadillo? Because somebody said they're starting to find him in Iowa.
Well, so I guess two things. Yes, I believe that they are starting to find them in Iowa. I don't know that there's ever been a report of like a breeding pair in Iowa, but someone in the chat will probably correct me on that, but I don't think so. My only experience with an armadillo, and this is not a good story about me, several years ago, we went down to my cousin's bachelor party in Lake of the Ozarks, and we're driving home from a nice establishment that you go to on a bachelor party.
Yeah.
And
one of those Kool-Aid and pop stands.
Yeah, exactly. So we're driving home to our cabin, and we see an armadillo smashed on the side of the road, but it's like a mile from our cabin. And we're like, oh, well, I haven't seen an armadillo here yet. Anyway, we go back to the cabin and, hang out some more. And then my cousin who was getting married, he was the first one to fall asleep, which bad decision. So I drew a short straw to go back and pick up the deceased armadillo from the road, and we put it into the bed with him for him to find the next morning. And I don't know. That's probably the last time I talked to him, honestly.
Oh, my God.
Put the armadillo in the bed.
That was the last time I talked in the bachelor party.
Oh, Corey.
Yeah, he wasn't real happy, but it's all right.
That's funny.
It is funny. It is very funny. It's like the scene from The Godfather, waking up with the horse head in the bed.
I will tell you.
Don't be the first guy to fall asleep at a bachelor party. That's just a rule.
I had a different image in my head of what an armadillo looked like, because I just wanted to Google where can you find them to see how far north they come, and several people have said, hey, I see them in southern Iowa. I didn't realize how ugly these little bastards
they're
are,
ugly,
dude.
dude.
Oh my God, they're hideous.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. I wonder, and I'd have to look. I wonder if they're like kind of related to a porcupine, maybe. They kind of look the same.
Yeah, they've got they have that odd shaped diamond looking head. They are. I was anticipating more of like a. I don't know. I guess I thought the scales were larger in some way. I Googled this thing, and that would freak me out if I saw it.
Corey, I do have a groundhog. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think their shells are made out of like the same stuff that our fingernails are made out of, if I remember correctly.
Ooh. All right, I got a groundhog question. So Owen at his rental property had a
Right.
groundhog problem, right? And
Yep.
we probably should have called you, but you probably didn't want to drive 2 hours over to trap some groundhogs. So he got himself his own traps. So he trapped the groundhogs, thinking
Okay.
he's doing the right thing, right? And then he takes them like 10 miles away to release them. He was told that was like a bad thing to do because they'll just end up dying anyway. Is that true?
Well, I mean, anytime you relocate an animal, I mean, you're rolling the dice for sure.
So you're better off killing them.
You know, depends on the animal. You know, the DNR has, at least here in Iowa, I'm not sure about in Omaha, they have different laws and rules as far as what animals you can relocate and how far you can move them. So like raccoons, for instance, you are not supposed to relocate raccoons more than 50 yards from where you catch them, which is nothing. So basically they're saying you need to put them down. Groundhogs are a little more lenient on being able to move them. They're maybe a little easier at accepting their new environment. But the main thing why we don't prefer to relocate animals is because you're helping the spread of disease. You could be moving a animal that has something and moving it to a population that doesn't have something. Just like when school's starting up next week, I'm sure I'm going to be sick because my kids are going to bring home every sort of disease known to man from school. Same thing with when you relocate an animal.
Makes sense. All right, Corey, how's business? Good. And if anybody's listening right now has a rodent, a bat, a bug, anything you need to get rid of in your house, Corey's the man to call. He's the expert in Central Iowa. How can they get a hold of you, Corey?
Yeah, just give us a call, 515-218-3400. Yeah, we are crazy busy right now. It is like the height of bat season right now. And just a quick plug. We will bat proof our 1,000th home sometime this month. And for that, we are going to give that customer a free bat proofing.
That's
so
cool.
If you know someone that is, in need of a bat proofing, an average home for us to bat proof runs around $1,500. So, I mean, it's pretty big savings. I mean, if you're rolling the dice, you may be that 1,000th customer, you may not, but we'll help you out no matter how.
Excellent. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate it, buddy.
Saw a bats and bugs truck in
You
my
bet.
neighborhood the other day at the neighbor 2 houses down. I thought maybe it was Corey. I didn't realize Corey's truck's a little bit bigger. I'm starting to understand the difference between the pickups. But I went down to see if it was Corey. Neighbor came out. It was one of your employees, but had a good conversation. And I'm like, hey, everything okay? And my neighbor goes, oh yeah, just routine maintenance stuff. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we got a couple of customers in your gated community there.
See? Yeah, I mean, he's golfing Wakanda now.
You punk.
Yeah.
Thanks, Corey. Appreciate it, buddy.
Bye, Corey.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Bye.
I think Eric Morris did the right thing. You get the gun out, you shoot the damn thing.
So wait, and now that Corey's not here, because Corey has always been very clear about this. Like, he's not an exterminator. He really does love animals, and so it's not his thing to kill them. What is that about? You can only relocate a raccoon 50 yards? That's like to the back of your yard.
Yeah, so they're saying kill it. You can kill it in your yard, but don't relocate it because you're taking it out of its habitat. Those trash pandas.
Yeah. What about fish? And I know that's not Corey's area of expertise, but I've always wondered that about fish. Like, when I go up to the Lake of the Woods, it's a 1 million acre lake.
Yeah.
So, dude, you could go out and catch a fish at 8 a.m. You throw him in your live well, right? And then by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, something happens. This has happened. And a fish flies out of the cooler and hits the water and swims away. That fish is like 30 miles from where he was.
Same lake. Just don't relocate the zebra mussels. They do damage.
I just wonder if that fish hits the water and is like, what is this?
Hey, do you need new floors? Iowa Floor Covering in Bondurant has you covered with carpet, hardwood, tile, luxury vinyl, and more, plus expert sales and installation you can trust. That's Iowa Floor Covering. Good people, great floors. Visit them today at iowafloorcovering.com. When you stop by their Bondurant store, say, hey, we heard about you on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire, a front row tickets to every show millionaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
When I'm meeting a new patient, I want them to feel comfortable knowing that odds are I've seen something like this before.
From the moment a patient steps in the room to the moment the patient leaves the office, I think they're going to get a great experience.
I think it feels good coming in and feeling like it's a community here and you get to be a part of that community and get to be taken care of by that community.
My goal is when they walk out of there to know that I'm fighting for them, I'm pulling for them.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Loving the rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
It's August, and that means it's almost time to send your kids back to school. And here at Willis Lexus, we want to make sure you and your teen driver's vehicle are safe and reliable for the year ahead. So for this month, we're offering a complimentary vehicle inspection. Just bring you or your teen's car into any Willis service center, and our skilled technicians will check over things like your brakes, tires, and more. Any make, any model. Give us a call to schedule or visit us online at willislexus.com. Thank you.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
I hope you're stretched, hydrated, and prepared for more nonsense because The Rush with Travis and Ross, presented by Willis Automotive, is back now.
You know, sometimes you need a drink that just feels different. Fresca delivers a crisp citrus taste that's bright, refreshing, and a perfect for any time of the day. Whether you're enjoying it straight from a can, over ice, or as your favorite mocktail mixer, Fresca brings a little extra refreshment to every moment. Grab a Fresca and taste why so many people are making it their go-to citrus refreshment. Fresca from Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. It is Friday. That means it's time for the Iowa Lottery Weekly. Woo-hoo! That's right, the Iowa Lottery Weekly. Woo-hoo! This week's prize pack includes some new chances to play. $30 in the Price is Right scratch game, plus $30 in all-new Iowa Hawkeyes Instaplay, and $30 in Iowa State Cyclones Instaplay free play coupons, plus an Iowa Lottery VIP. These are eligible for the second chance promotion. So the Woohoo is now open. A couple ways to enter the Woohoo. Call the show at 515-517-2303, or you can go to therushradio.com, click on the promo tab, and there you'll see the Woohoo, and you can enter them. We got a couple that have come in already, and this one comes from Gary down in Indianola, Ross. Okay. Gary says, Thursday, August 20th marks 10 years married to my wife, Emily. Both of us were divorced with 5 kids between us. It's the freaking Brady Bunch.
That is the Brady Bunch.
She was not entirely sold on a relationship at the start, and she had a health condition she was dealing with and didn't feel it was fair to burden me with her situation. I loved her despite her condition, and we planned a wedding even though she had a kidney transplant 6 months prior to it. Today, she continues to battle with her health, but we continue forward together. Can't imagine life without this woman. That 10
That's
years.
a good one.
That's a really good one, Gary. Congratulations on making it 10 years. Second one comes in from Joe. This is kind of sad, but it's good at the same time. I hate to be a Debbie Downer. Well, the point is the woo-hoo, Joe. But Friday morning, me and one of my brothers are going to go see our dad for probably the last time. He has bone cancer, and it's spread everywhere. We never had a great relationship. I feel like Casey Kasem in a long-distance relationship here, or a long-distance dedication. We never had a great relationship since he disappeared when I was 16. But I got some quality time with my brother on the way to the VA hospice area Friday after the show ends. And my brother and me have started coming together more these last couple of years, and so that is everything. I hope you all have a great weekend. Hug your loved ones. You never know when the last time you might see them. So the woo-hoo is you're getting together with your dad.
I'll tell you what the woo-hoo there is that it's that word perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that boo-hoo woo-hoo.
So if you have a woo-hoo, go ahead and go to therushradio.com. Tell us what your woo-hoo is, or you can do it faster and call us at 515-517-2303.
My woo-hoo is tomorrow I get to hang out with you. Huh?
Oh, look at that. I thought you were going to say Anjanette. I thought you were going to say Owen. I thought you were going to say Lizzie.
I just wanted to make you feel better.
Yeah. Just making me feel good the best you can. I appreciate that. Iowa Hawkeye fans are doing a woo-hoo because Beth Goetz, right after we got off the air yesterday, it came out that she signed a contract extension that will keep her, or at least contractually, as the athletic director at Iowa through January 31st, 2032. She's going to get a significant raise, Ross, almost 65%, going up to $1.4 million a year. That's a lot of money, and people are going, a 65% raise. I think Scott Docterman put this out. That's still just middle of the pack in the Big Ten, right? I mean, so when you look at the going rate, it's still middle of the pack as far as her peers. Now, a couple of things here. For the fiscal year 2026, Iowa will reach an all-time fundraising record for athletics at just over $106 million, I think it is. That's a lot of money. She's raising the money. She hired Ben McCollum. You can say that was an absolute success by getting to the Elite Eight. She promoted Jan Jensen. It's funny to watch some of the reactions of people to Jan Jensen. They're like, Iowa women's basketball has dropped off. They lost Caitlin Clark. I think they've maintained better than I thought they were going to. But Ross, more than anything, if she stays, meaning contracts can be broken in the world of sports. We've seen coaches leave. We've seen athletic directors leave. But if she stays through 2032, she will hire the next football coach at the University of Iowa.
Travis, I think you say 2030 if she stays to 2032. Yeah, definitely. I was going to say almost no matter what, she's going to hire the next football coach. Okay, let's just start from the beginning because some of that stuff is. I like Docterman, and he's reporting the story. He's given the facts.
Yeah, it's just the facts.
There's two things in there that are window dressing, that are facts, but when you break them down, you go, you should. I mean, at least one is the competitive salary. She's making what'd you say?
She's going to go up to $1.4 million.
Was she underpaid at? I mean, if she
at 850
raise,
or at 850,000,
underpaid at that.
Yeah.
The thing of it, well, if you look at it in the scheme of Big Ten athletic directors, that's not how that should be done, in my opinion. Because then all you have to do is all of the athletic directors just have to get a bigger raise. So if they were all making $20 million, it's a $20 million job. Or at some point, there has to be some sort of limitation on this. Now, I'm not saying it's with the athletic directors. I'm not saying Beth Goetz shouldn't make this. She's controlling a multi-$100 million organization.
Closer to $200 million.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Multiple $100 million organization. Her salary should absolutely reflect that. the all-time fundraising thing. That's like every weekend or every couple months when it's like, hey, there was a new box office record set. This movie you'll never see and have never heard of, and nobody went to see it this weekend. It just set a new weekend box office record for sales. You go, how's that possible? Well, because tickets are $47 a piece. So they only need to sell a couple hundred and it breaks the record. The all-time fundraising thing, to that I say, well, it better be, and guess what next year needs to be?
Bigger.
A new record.
It's no different in sales, right? Meaning, oh, you sold this much this year? Well, we're going to move your benchmark 10, 20%.
So, like, let's slow down with the clapping and the patting of the back. This is what the game is now.
Ross,
and I hate the thing, Travis, that they're able to, they're constantly begging for money at every turn. Buy this thing, buy this vodka, buy the Tiger Hawk. Hey guys, we did it, all-time record.
But I was not alone in that, right?
I get it, Travis. I don't understand how we're not all sick of it.
Because we love our colors. That's why.
She did hire Ben McCollum. Great hire. I have no idea about the Jan Jensen retention. If that's, I like Jan, and seems to have done a fine job. I'm not going to knock on it. I have no idea. Time will tell, I guess, on that. I think Beth Goetz has done a great job. I'm really glad that she has taken over for Gary Barta, and I hope that she does stick around for a long time. And right now, I'd be totally okay with her making the next hire for the football team. Yeah.
Absolutely. Ross, the biggest change I've seen out of the University of Iowa in the last 15 years has started with Beth Goetz, and it's selfish for us, meaning that the University of Iowa has become more personable. Gary Barta, when we were on the radio station, never gave us the time of day. To get him lined up for an interview would have been near impossible. We've had Kirk Ferentz on this show. We've had Ben McCollum on this show. We've had Jan Jensen on this show. We've had Beth Goetz on this show for a couple of times and for a full hour. And you might say, well, that's their job. Yeah, guess what? If it wasn't for Nick Jose at Iowa State, Jamie Pollard probably wouldn't come on here. We've made several requests for Jimmy Rogers. We've made several requests for TJ Otzelberger. We get nothing back. Bill Fenley comes on the show because I have his direct line.
We can bother him.
Right? I mean, and I remember coming up when I was in the journalism world, where working with Iowa was a pain in the ass. It was like, we're Iowa. We're the Big Ten. That has changed. Yeah. And to me, recognizing alternative ways to get a message out or to engage with your fan base through platforms like ours, which is an alternative form of radio, is to me a positive step in the right direction in going, hey, our fan base is a lot. You need to engage. And if you don't engage, whether that's through, Hawkeye Huddle stuff, iClub stuff, or shows like ours, Sean's and Trent's, you become closed off. I think that's the biggest change I've seen with Beth Goetz since she came on, is that I was like, hey, we're willing to have conversations.
Barta not only would not come on the show, we weren't allowed. Remember our general manager, because he was buddies with him.
Yeah.
And he would say, hey, how come you guys are so much nicer about Jamie Pollard than you are about Gary Barta?
Let me count the ways.
Well, have Gary answer the phone and come on the show with us sometime. I'm like, come on, Dan. You want Iowa? Yeah. We're in the building with WHO. Yeah. No. Just don't talk about him. Just pretend everything's fine and good and glorious, please. He's my buddy. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. And it didn't. And we all just kept talking about, he was mad because what we would call Jamie Pollard, Jamie, and we called Gary Barta, Barta. People. Gary, I think it's a top-down thing. Iowa State, and I would say, Travis, there was something that kind of shifted there too, like you just
Yes.
talked about. I remember when Iowa State's, not necessarily their practices, but every now and again, it was like open. You could literally walk up to Jack Trice and walk onto the field and chat with the coaches. And I mean, again, as a media member, I could do that. This is Campbell's first couple of years. That was available. And then it was like, okay, now we're getting legit.
We're good now.
We're good now. We got to lock
need
this
the
thing down. And I
coverage
think
like
Matt
we
Campbell
used
was
to.
like, let's button this thing down. I can't blame him for it. TJ's had great success. He doesn't need to do a lot of interviews and stuff. He's winning basketball games, and that's his job. Fill in the arena.
I was winning in sports. They don't need to do it, but they are doing it. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. Listen, my wife's an Iowa State grad. Jimmy Rogers wants to come on. We've made the ask. But Jamie Pollard has taken the time to come on this. I was nervous, Ross, when we did the hour with the ADs. I want everybody to know. Now, Brian Harden was great, but the truth is, Beth Goetz and Jamie Pollard were the first to say yes. We're the first to say yes for an hour. And an hour out of anybody's time is a lot.
I think Jamie, I mean, maybe I'm being the Pollyannish here on the. I feel like we've got a good enough relationship with him, and we've been respectful with him, that I think if we, Jamie would come on if we asked him to.
Yeah, we don't play gotcha. And I like what Bill Fenley said the last time he was on. And this is us tooting our own horn. But remember, but I think there's some seriousness to this. Because we did the first interview with Bill after, Audie left and everybody left. And he just closed it out by saying, hey, I did your show because you guys ask the tough questions, but you do it in a respectful way to where you're not like attacking him. You're just having a conversation and not being disrespectful, playing gotcha.
Do you know how old Beth Goetz is?
Well, I would guess 48, 49.
Good guess. She's right around my age. She's 52. She's right between the two. So she's a little bit, it's right between us.
Okay.
And I only bring that up because a lot of years left there. A lot of productive years left there with Beth Goetz. And that could be great as an Iowa fan. I mean, imagine like what Jamie Pollard did over those 20 years that we've talked about ad nauseum. I mean, it's a totally different athletic program now for a lot of reasons. The landscape of college sports has changed during that time. But interesting to think that if Iowa could have some sort of consistent leadership, what happens there?
Good things happen. Like when Bump Elliott was there for so long. Sometimes, and it's young enough to want a different challenge too, right? Remember when Bob Bowlesby bolted for Stanford? And that's why I said she's under contract through 2032.
If she stays, you said.
If she stays. Now, Iowa's a good job. It's a top 20 job in the country. When you look at facilities, when you look at money, all sorts of things. It's a top 20 job. Is she going to be one that is pursued by a conference when a commissionership comes open? Is she going to be pursued by the NCAA? I'd stay away from the NCAA. Stay totally away from that thing. And remember, that's not a bad thing. If the person you have is pursued, that means you have the right person in place. Plus, she's a former student athlete. She played soccer. But I think a lot of Iowa fans I would say that if you were to poll most Iowa fans, Ross, I bet it would be a 90 to 95% favorable of
I would
Beth
agree.
Goetz.
I think so too. I haven't heard anybody. What would the knock be right now?
There is no knock.
If you really want to be critical and say, well, why'd she hire James Jensen? She should have brought in Kim Mulkey. I don't know what the knock would be. Somebody asked where Beth Goetz is from.
I'm trying to remember. Is it like
the Wikipedia page does not say.
Where'd she play college soccer at? Was it like
to
Bowling
Brevard
Green
and Clemson? and
Clemson.
then went to University of Missouri St. Louis. Just says a former college soccer player and coach is the athletic director. This is like the least descriptive Wikipedia page ever. She was a coach at University of Missouri St. Louis from 1997
She grew up in Florissant,
2007.
Missouri.
Okay, so she's
that's
a Midwest gal.
Yeah. Florissant.
Sammy knew. Sammy said suburban St. Louis.
So that's close to home.
Sure. If that matters. Who knows?
You know what? It doesn't matter. We
To
all
some
think
people,
it matters.
To some people it does. Again, if you're from St. Louis, everywhere's close to home.
That's true. Same with Des Moines, Omaha. Like if you're in that Chicago, you're close to home somewhere. Don't disagree with you on that. On the same day that Beth Goetz has her extension announced, the Iowa men's basketball team released its non-conference schedule. I think it's a good schedule. Some the patsies, the winnable games. You've got the tough games. The bad part, the good part about the neutral site games, Ross, they're all in Iowa. You wish they were at Carver Hawkeye because you're playing Creighton, you're playing Alabama, you're playing Virginia Tech. But at least those neutral site games are in Iowa. Virginia Tech and Sioux City, Alabama and Creighton and Des Moines. So you're not alienating your base.
Fan base. Yeah.
Matter of fact, in a lot of cases, especially the two games in Des Moines, you might be given a better chance for your fan base.
The Sioux City game too. I mean, that's when Fran started doing that. I remember that it got announced. I was like, why do they do that? It totally makes sense the first time you see it, the impact it has.
The best home game at Carver Hawkeye is going to be the Iowa State game.
No doubt about that.
The toughest road game will be at Xavier, team out of the Big East. Otherwise, you've got Lipscomb, you've got Eastern Illinois, you've got Western Illinois, Maryland, Baltimore County, Prairie View A&M, one of my all-time favorite, Bethune-Cookman. And then the non-con ends with South Dakota. But when you look at Alabama, Virginia Tech, Xavier, Iowa State, and Creighton, that's 5 quality games.
That's a really good non-conference schedule.
Yes. Upped it a little bit.
And to be clear, because you did say their toughest game is the game Xavier on the road. You're talking about the non-conference.
Just the road game. No, toughest road game is...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because their toughest game's Iowa State.
Yes. Well, Alabama may not be too
Alabama's
shabby.
good, right, especially with all the NBA dudes they're having.
Yeah, exactly. Because
speaking of, we didn't talk about this much yesterday. I mean, you mentioned that a couple of those guys. You mentioned the Alabama judge that was, or the
Louisiana judge
that was going to let a few of those guys. Have you seen how many players now?
30, I believe, are into because it only allowed to people who were on the lawsuit. But there's like 30 in the portal right now, and 16 are with NFL teams. All I know is this. This is easily solvable. Don't go on the record and saying this is a travesty. ADs, go to your coaches and say no. If you really believe it's not fair that guys that have signed professional contracts are going through an NFL training camp, you go to your coach and say, I know you want to do it, but you're not going to. We're not going to allow it. You can stand up, you can collude here and go, you're not going to do it.
I don't think it's necessarily collusion if it's within your department, Travis.
That's fair.
If the athletic director, if your boss comes in and says, new directive, we no longer take guys with a GPA under 2.5, whatever. We're now going to be, we're only 3.2 and above. That's a new standard, right? And can't the athletic director or can't the athletic director come in and say, we have a new thing now? The kid's got a felony, that's a line. We don't allow those guys on campus. If this decision was made in their life, then they don't get to be a part of what we're doing here. And one of those decisions is if you decided to go on and pursue your career at the next level, We've filled that spot. It's August. Travis, and a lot of these teams are going to grab for these guys because winning.
Yeah.
Because winning. They're going to grab these guys, and think of the ripple effects that has down the line. For every guy like that ends up on a roster, you're taking away time from B, who then removes an opportunity from C, who takes a spot away from D. But it's for the kids. We need to give opportunities to these young men. What about the dude who just lost his opportunity? No. We're talking about the good ones.
Those kids don't care about the opportunity. They care about the money. That's all they care about is the money.
That's the decision they're making, Travis. You just nailed it. The decision they're making is, man, what's the best finance? And I can't knock them. It's the opportunity that's ahead of them. It's the same thing that you and I do. What's the best financial opportunity for me and my family? And if it's to go back and get a 5th year of college and make $100,000 rather than making $20,000 on a practice squad or whatever that difference is, it's significant. You're right. The fix is the athletic directors go to those coaches and say, hey, I know this is an opportunity. It's not one we're taking.
You know, sometimes the key to feeling better comes from just being seen for what you need. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center with services from low testosterone to managing the effects of aging. But more than that, UCI is the place to go when you want to be seen like a man, not a patient. You don't want somebody else's treatment. You deserve yours. Schedule an appointment with UCI today at iowauro.com. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Lori Willis from The Wave. The Wave is teaming up in a collaborative effort with Northern Iowa for the UNI Iowa game. We're going to get the details when we come back on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
August is here, which means back to school season is upon us. We over at Land Rover Des Moines want to ensure you and your teens' vehicles are ready for the road ahead. For the entire month of August, we are offering free multi-point vehicle inspections, any make or model. At any of our service center locations, a certified technician will take a look at your tires, brakes, underneath the car, and everything in between. To schedule an appointment, give us a call or head online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Love the Hawkeyes. You love hot takes. Combine them after every game this season with the Black and Gold Rush on the Rush Radio Network.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bread, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Try our newly rebranded granola. Specially handmade, our amazing granola makes for a delightful treat. You can order online, purchase at local grocery retailers, or find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday. We look forward to serving you.
For people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, is back. Because apparently Travis and Ross have even more to say.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Lexus. The RX and TX are arriving daily with a great selection now available. Whether you're looking for a 2-row luxury SUV or extra space for the whole family, now is the perfect time to find your Lexus. Start your buying journey at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comments section. Call the show at 515-517-2303. And follow us on social media. Lori was there. Her camera disappeared.
Oh, I see that now. I see the gray square.
Yeah. Lori, do you hear us? She disappeared.
I didn't hear anything pop in there either.
Yeah. She might have got a phone call.
Oh, that could be. She got duaxed?
She might have got duaxed.
She got duaxed. Yeah.
She was
probably
there.
what it was.
Yeah.
Remember in the old dial-up internet days when if the phone rang, it disconnected the internet? Did you ever deal with that?
Yes. I'm that old, Ross.
Well, I know,
old.
But I didn't know. See, in my mind, I was wondering, Travis, because the interesting thing to me about when we have these conversations about time, when you're a young parent, you're in a totally different universe. Like when you have a young kid up from birth to about 5, you're not living in normal social world. So like when I bring up movies sometimes, you'll be like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then we do we dive into it a little bit and it's like, oh yeah, that's because Abigail was 2. You weren't watching Dazed and Confused when you got a 2-year-old in the house. You're watching Barney.
Oh, Barney.
See what I'm saying?
I hate Barney.
I'll tell you one that people have missed now, that lucky parents right now. Baby Shark has faded away, thank God.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I said something to some new parents the other day about, oh, you guys hit Baby Shark phases yet? And they're like, oh, that's gone away. Now and they threw off. Well, you mentioned something the other day. What was it? Dr. Bob or something? What was the thing you mentioned that you and Sutton were watching?
I have no idea what Sutton and I were watching. But Lori's
you had
back.
It memorized on Friday.
I did. Or Danny Go. Danny Go was
Danny Go.
Danny
yeah, Dr.
Go.
Bob, Danny Go, the tomato.
Yeah.
I
Lori's
bet Lori knows exactly what we're talking about. Moms are dialed in here. Lori, how are you? Thanks for giving us time this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me this morning.
You've got kids. What were your Baby Shark, Barney? See, for me, there was Yo Gabba Gabba.
We had Yo Gabba Gabba with the older ones. Yeah.
I have no idea what Yo Gabba Gabba is.
Yeah, I couldn't even explain it.
No.
I wouldn't even know how to start explaining
all
Yo
I
Gabba
know
Gabba.
Is this. Lori, how old's your oldest?
He's 20 now.
20. Well, this might be a little young. maybe, but I've never wanted to punch a cartoon kid more than I wanted to punch Caillou. Caillou needed to be punched in the face. He's a whiny little kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Caillou, I think, is still on.
Yeah,
Really?
Caillou survived. Of all of them, Travis, Caillou's the one has survived.
Yeah.
See, Caillou is what's wrong with today's kids.
I think that's a big part of it. It's not 100%, but it's a big part of it.
Lori had no idea if she was going to walk into this conversation.
I
You
think
got a cool sweatshirt
Jason
on, by the way.
Jason probably prepared her a little bit for what she was walking into here.
He did. I was ready. I don't know what happened to my camera. I was on, and then you guys went to commercial, and it just was like, no, we're done with you. So.
Yeah, it was weird because you were sitting there watching. I'm like, and I look back and I'm like, oh, she's not there anymore.
No worries.
So,
Happens.
Yeah, it
happens.
happens. You got a cool sweatshirt on. Is that a new design from the Iowa Wave?
This is coming out this season. Blue 84 did this one for us. This is a collab co-branded that we did with the University of Iowa this year.
And that's a fairly new thing with the collab with the university, right? Where you can actually use the Tiger Hawk and stuff.
Yes. So we do within the last season was our first season that we just co-branded and do not everything with them, but we do a lot of pieces together on a lot of our stuff. So that was a pretty cool.
Now you say not everything has the co-branding. When you put the co-branding on there, does it change
the rules for
licensing?
sure? Yeah. So there's just everybody has to agree on how their marks are used, and so whenever we create something, we just make sure it's just about the University of Iowa and just about the Wave. So anything co-branded is stuff that's representing Iowa.
So yesterday, and Josh and Jason they sent me emails in the middle of the show, and I rarely check my emails in the show. And they said about 7:00, they sent your news release that you're doing a collaboration with Northern Iowa for the UNI game. And I thought this was super cool, and instead of me trying to explain it, I'm like, well, let's just have Lori come on and explain it.
I love it. I love it.
So tell us what's going on with the UNI game.
So we were asked, Coach Steps, this is a friend of ours and one of Jason's really close buddies, and he has always supported and loved the idea of what the Wave represents and what I on the side kind of do for volunteering. And so now that he's the new head coach at UNI, he had reached out and he said, hey, we had Parker Sutherland and he meant a ton to us, and we're going back to Kinnick Stadium here in the fall. And that's his hometown. And we would just love to do something to honor his memory and his life. And I immediately said, how can I help? Because that's awesome. And I would love to be able to support that. So I went ahead and kind of just jumped in and kind of helped them navigate creating a design, creating some shirts and finding some subtle ways to honor Parker Sutherland and just representing. He didn't actually go to Stead, so that wasn't really a collaboration that we would have done that direction, but he's from Iowa City, and I think it represented perfectly what the Wave is all about, and that's seeing the unseen and remembering people and children that we've loved. And so it seemed like a natural fit for us, especially since they'll be waving for the first time on Kinnick there. That'll be Todd's first wave. So he also wanted to support the Wave shirt and the fact that his team will turn and wave at the hospital. So just a really great, cool guy. Yeah.
So will there be gear? Will there be purple and gold gear? A new design? How does this collaboration look?
So we didn't do a full licensed agreement with the University of Northern Iowa. We just did our own markings. So we did just our own private line that we launched on their behalf. And the website, I think we're already at 500 orders this morning, and it started yesterday. So everybody's awesome. Very excited. Yeah. So there's purple and gold basically. So it's just plain purple apparel. It's our Wave logo, the gold. We've done purple and gold and actually red and gold for Cyclones in the past when we've done different things, because if you think about it, the kids at Stead come from all over the state of Iowa. So they're not just Hawkeye fans that attend there. So we've made co-colored apparel already in the past 9 years, but this one will be special because the hat will specifically have number 89 on it, which was Parker's number. And the rest of the pieces will just be very Wave generic, I would call them, as far as purple with gold lettering. And it'll say now, instead of Iowa City fights together, we change the logo up and we do Field Rivals fight together, just to kind of give them something to support. They are Iowans. I love it when Iowans all come together, and that's basically what will be happening at Kinnick that day. So
what is the website folks can go to order the collab shirt?
It is a web store on the Iowa Wave shirt.
Okay.
And I could post that probably later today. They had sent it out. I think it's on their social media as well. It's not
and if you email me the link too, I'll put it on our socials for you as well.
perfect because it's just a created web store for 1 week only. So it doesn't have a full blown website, but I could see if Molly could maybe attach it on our main webpage, which is the iowawaveshirt.org.
Yeah, I went to that's where I went to the iowawaveshirt.org to see if I could find it. I'm kind of poking around there. So if I find it, we'll get it out too.
So I want clarification. You just said it's a web store for 1 week only. So do people only have a week to order these shirts?
1 week only. Yeah, because we've got to be able to turn these in time for the game. So we're going to shut it down on August 25th. So everybody's got 1 week to get their Parker Sutherland hats.
Couple days left now.
Yeah. It's a quick one. So.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the season starts in a couple weeks. It's like, what do you mean? It's not football season yet. You're like, oh, it's really, really close.
Yeah, it's very close. So we have Fry Fest already, I think, in 2 weeks, which is crazy. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
When it comes to collaborations like this, and this one makes total sense, do you get a lot of people reach out and say, hey, can we partner with the Wave? Do you get a lot of partnership solicitations?
I wouldn't say an over amount. People usually just want to use our mark for maybe like if their kiddo's being seen at Stead or something like that. And we just navigate that on a case-by-case basis. But for the most part, most of our collaboration is obviously black and gold. That's the way we lean most of the time. But in these senses, this is great. And we're excited to be a part of it.
So I have a friend and she... You like this?
I like where this is. I don't know where it's going, but I like it already, Lauren.
I keep telling her I know people. Now, she's a Nebraska fan, but she is a tremendous artist, and she does like stadium. She paints stadiums that are full and stuff. And she knows I'm an Iowa fan, and she's like, hey, do you know anybody? She goes, I want to do something with the Wave. She goes, I want to go there and capture her vision and be on the field so she can do a painting and then make prints, which I think would help the Wave, because I think it would be, and I'll send you some of her stuff. It's fabulous stuff. If I put her in contact with you, could you like say, hey,
sure,
and just listen to her?
Yeah.
What else? I love how he does. She has to say sure. Boy,
she can say no.
No, I'm happy to.
That would be cool.
Because she's like, I don't know how to get on the field. She doesn't know where to start. She goes, I need to be on the field so I can vision it and how she wants to paint it, and she doesn't know how to go about that. And I'm like, I know some people. I can ask around, so we could make.
You
that
probably
happen.
know a lot bigger people than me. You probably need to ask even higher up.
You're married to the biggest person I know, so I mean, but no,
Jason would hate hearing that. He's cringing right now.
No, he's not. You think he's watching? You think Jason's watching, or is he?
Yeah,
at work
he's somewhere. He's somewhere.
He's
pacing.
1,000% up there watching.
Exactly. He's pacing back and forth. Yeah.
What's she gonna say? What's she gonna do?
How often do you guys sit around and come up with new designs to keep everything fresh?
A team?
Do you have a team that does that?
So there are 3 of us that are founding members. It's me, Megan Phillips, and Brooke Michelson. And then the powerhouse behind us who does all of the work is Molly Jorgensen. And she is absolutely phenomenal. And she will get all of these orders out to all these UNI fans or supporters. And so she's really the engine behind the designs and all the things that we do. So we just do collab meetings. We open a bottle of wine and sit down and go to work. So
you weren't in studio, but do you remember when we had the ladies come in?
That was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah. See, I mean, how many years have you been doing this now, Lori? When was
that's what's incredible. So this is season 9 already, which is crazy. Yeah. And we're so excited. We're working on a 10-year anniversary event with the university right now for next season. So next season should be a ton of fun. They're going to really roll it out for the Wave, which is going to be a lot of awesome stuff coming up. So we're in the midst of that.
Did you think you would do this 10 years? I mean, when it first started, like, hey, let's just do this once. We'll raise some money for the hospital, and
I mean,
we'll
if you
call it
guys
good.
remember, we thought we were just going to sell 300 T-shirts. That was our initial order. I mean, that was way back in 2017. We were like, let's do something great for the hospital, and we woke up and we had over 1,000 orders that morning, and we were like, well, now we don't even know how we're going to do fulfillment at this point. So, but it's been a great ride. It's been a good journey. We've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed the relationships we've made. We've enjoyed hearing the stories of the kids, and maybe just the meaning that we've added to that, to have them have something symbolic with the cursive wave, to be able to say, like, people are supporting me. People know that I'm here. There are kids that are in there for just weeks on end. So it's been actually an honor to be able to serve this long and to be able to represent the wave for this long. But yeah.
You sit there and go, I know you're doing this on a volunteer basis, but it's like one of those volunteer jobs that becomes a full-time job, isn't it? It's like
it has, which is why Molly has been an amazing person to add to the team, because it was becoming a lot. So a lot of good, but a lot. So, and it's also been awesome partnering with the University of Iowa on some co-branded stuff. They've opened up some new doors to some different vendors and stuff that have helped with circulation and getting it all out. So that's been really awesome too.
Awesome. Glad to hear that they worked with you, because anyway.
I did just get a text and it says, Jason at work already? Ha ha, no way. Sorry, Jason. You probably know who sent that.
Yeah, he has friends that listen that love him. He knows that.
Yes, he does. Lori, good stuff. If you could send us the link, and we'll put it out on our socials. And again, the window is short. You only got a couple more days to get your shirts ordered for the UNI game. I think it's a great thing that you guys are doing. It's a great collaboration. Brings even more people into the fold. And it shows that it's a unifier, not a divider, and I think that's a great message here.
I think so too.
Thank you so much for what you do, Lori. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good to see you this morning.
Very welcome.
Good to
Talk
see
to you soon.
You too.
Lori Willis joining us on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. So,
how about that?
Yeah.
Should have asked her. So I guess, Lori, the question everybody wants to know is, what car do you drive?
I was going to ask that. But
did I tell you about being over there? See, we
both drive Willis cars.
They had, maybe it's gone because it was sold. They had a Cadillac, one of those black wings in there, and it had a black matte. Oh, dude. This car purrs. It's sitting there vibrating. Speaks to you. The little sold sign in the window, I was like, somebody is driving around. It's like gorgeous.
Yesterday, Willis Pre-Owned had a car that I actually clicked on to look. It was a BMW 3 Series, and I'm like, oh, look at that. And it was well priced.
To me, the BMW, the series, is that?
I think now, I could be wrong, but it's like, think of it as price level. The 300 is your cheapest BMW. Then you got the 700. Then you have some other ones, but it's all the size of the car.
It's like me having the Platinum Rogue.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you had the Rogue, or you could have had the Pathfinder, right? I mean, it's just the next step up.
Okay.
Yeah. Just moving on up. I like your Platinum Rogue.
I love it. You know what
I love most about your Platinum Rogue? Because I got a ride in it last week. The seats. I love your. I know your seats are awesome.
Yeah, I love very, very, very happy with it. Over the moon. I already put 5,000 miles on it. Had it for a month.
5,000 miles in a month?
I'd met 5,000 miles already.
That's why you didn't lease.
Right.
I was sitting there going, Ross, just lease the thing.
Yeah, get a 10,000 mile lease, and then after 2 months, start paying by the 100 miles.
Damn, I didn't know you drove that much.
I've had it on a few long road trips already. So, and it'll go on another one here in a couple weeks. I head up to Canada in like 2 weeks, dude.
Is it 2 weeks?
We got to talk. I think, Travis, I was doing some travel planning the other day. Bruno and I and Tyrell are going to go up on Tuesday the 8th, and we're going to stay with Bruno's buddy in Leech Lake. So that way I can get up Wednesday morning and do the show with you, and not, because if I did the show with you and then tried to drive Wednesday, I wouldn't get up to the island till like 9 o'clock. So we're going to drive to Leech Lake, do the show from Bruno's buddy's house. But the following Tuesday...
I'm going to be honest with you. The name Leech Lake doesn't sound like a good lake because leeches are just...
It's a great lake.
But you understand. I hear the word leech,
it's
and I'm
not
like...
officially a great lake, but it's a big lake in Minnesota. So, but the following Tuesday, we're going to be... I'm going to have to get up and go from the island and drive home. So you're probably going to have to get...
Okay.
Can you get Sean? Can you have Sean or Lucas?
No, I can't. I can't have either one of those guys.
They can't even co-host or be on with us?
They cannot co-host. Now, hopefully, it's all going to be solved by then. We haven't given an update. We're kind of, staying on the down low, even though this thing is as public as it gets. We're hoping that this thing gets settled today or early next week, and Sean and Lucas will be back doing their show. That's the hope. So if that's the case, then I'll be like, Sean, get your butt out of bed and do a morning show.
Okay.
See
my furrowed brow?
It's out of our control.
I get it. I know. And you've worry about the things you can control. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
unfurrow the brow.
And our model is a little different. We don't make hires. People who are on this show or on this network are independent contractors, which works better for all parties involved. So we really can't get involved in their legal fight. There's some things we can do behind the scenes, but it's only going to take them so far. They have to settle this on their own, which they're doing a good job. We had a good call yesterday, and they're working on it. Speaking of people going after somebody for breach of contract or breaking a contract, Utah is suing Freddie Whittingham. That's Kyle Whittingham's brother. They're suing him. Freddie Whittingham was the tight ends coach for the Utes.
Okay.
They are suing him for breach of contract. They would like $300,000 for breach of contract, and they would like $1 million in general and special damages.
Okay.
Now, this is not the same as Sean and Lucas, who were fired and then just are trying to make ends meet because, and do their profession. Freddie Whittingham, look, contracts are contracts. Utah is saying, hey, listen, you were under contract through 2027. You never asked for permission to talk to Michigan. You never gave us a resignation letter. Your contract said if you were to leave said contract, you were to do the buyout, which he never did. And so I understand why Utah is ticked off. I mean, if all you had to do is give like 2 weeks notice, no matter when you leave an employer.
Come on. That's more than common courtesy.
Yes.
You can't just...
Now, I didn't do it with iHeart.
I don't think Travis did it.
I didn't do it. But But you understand why I didn't do it. I would have never got to say goodbye.
Well, more than that, it would have just been, been in these situations here.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to say, well, far be it from Michigan to break the rules, but who was it that we were talking to, Travis? This is where my brain's kind of spinning right now. I thought it was a coach. Like, I feel like it was maybe Bill Fennelly, but now that I'm saying it out loud, maybe it was Jamie Pollard, where we asked the question about, do you still get the phone call? If somebody wants your guy or girl, do you still get that phone call? It used to be there was a common courtesy.
It was Beth Goetz.
Was it Beth Goetz?
We were asking her about when North Carolina was pursuing Ben McCollum.
Thank you. Thank you for remembering the specifics of this. I couldn't remember who it was that said that. And she said that phone call doesn't come anymore.
Yeah, the ask for permission. Now, she did say that Ben was talking to her, so she knew it was happening.
Yes. But it's not that North Carolina, because we assumed these old 1985 rules, right?
Yeah.
You're going to call the boss, say, hey, just so you know, I'm going to call your guy and make a presentation. Now they just call the guy and go, hey, you want to leave? So, I want to blame Michigan. I want to go, but I remember that Beth Goetz thing. It's like, well, that's just the game now. That's how it works. And remember Bill Fennelly telling us they're doing this mid-season. They're doing this as we're preparing for the NCAA tournament. I'm getting phone calls from agents. So there is no decorum. There is no unwritten rule. This is why when people talk about the Wild West, this is the stuff they're talking about. It's like, man, there used to be kind of like a regulation pattern to this.
A gentleman's agreement, a gentlewoman's agreement to
it's
where
all gone.
Yeah.
So you blame Whittingham for saying, I'm bouncing and leaving.
I don't blame him for doing it. He's going to work with his brother, right? And so I don't have a problem with that. But if you were under contract and it says, hey, if you break said contract, you got to pay this back.
Yeah.
That's
then you got to pay it
deal.
back.
Yeah.
Just like we're talking with Sean Lucas. If you sign a contract, then that's the contract.
As much as I don't like the fact that they're being held off the air, there were some contractual obligations that they signed, even on the way out the door. So you just got to get that stuff taken care of. You got to have those conversations. So, I don't think, listen, if they get their $300,000, that's fair. $1 million bucks, come on now. For special damages, for general and special damages, what would that be? You lost a tight ends coach. And by the way, you forced his brother out. You made him announce his retirement a year before so you could keep the assistant coach who you wanted to be the head coach. And then you sold out to a private equity firm who more or less forced the all-time winningest coach at Utah out. Kyle Whittingham took the Michigan job because he wanted to keep coaching. So
wild.
It is very wild. Very, very wild. Tomorrow, Ross and I are...
$1 million in special damages.
Special damages.
I mean, think of all the emotional distress he's caused.
How am I going
to
fill this tight ends coach job? There's nobody out there that wants a job coaching tight ends.
These football coaches, they're barely getting by, too, Travis.
Yeah,
I mean,
barely.
at that salary?
Yeah. Nobody wants to move to Salt Lake City. Ross and I are going to be hanging out at the Iowa State Fair for a little bit tomorrow. I'm going to be at JR South Fork Ranch. I think Ross is too, from 2 to 5. Owen Justice going to be on the stage doing an acoustic set. But JR South Fork Ranch is not just a food and concert stop. It's a full-on fair stop. Great beer, great people watching, great food like the famous lobster roll. You're running out of time to get those caviar, creme fraiche, crispy chicken nuggets. JR South Fork Ranch, where the party is at the Iowa State Fair. Make sure to visit before the fair ends on Sunday.
You said it, and I can taste that. I can taste the caviar.
Nice and salty. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. Front row tickets to every show millionaire. Hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Brendan Santone here at Willis Cadillac. Coming into August, back to school time, we have a full lineup of our EV models available to come check out. Vistic, Optic, or Lyric. We have a few of each. Behind me to my left is going to be a new color for this year, 2027, Cashmere with a light interior, very elegant. And then to the right is a silver with black kind of combination, more of a sporty look. So whichever you prefer, we got a little bit of everything. Come see us in Clive at Willis Cadillac or at williscadillac.com.
Another day in paradise.
You said it, buddy. Wait, I shop at Tim.
With over 20 years of experience, Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions can help.
I don't like the sound of that.
Whether it's birds in your dryer vent, ants in your kitchen, or bats in your attic.
Did you just say bats?
Call us today and see how bats and bugs can help prevent your home from becoming their home.
Not good. Not good.
Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm out of here.
Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions. Even the pests know.
So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent, single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
I like to buy America from hometowns near and far. I'm pursuing happiness, doesn't matter who you are.
That's the real thing. Loving the rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. Whoop. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
State Fair savings have rolled into Willis Chevrolet of Granger. It's the biggest event of the season, and we're celebrating with huge discounts, deals like Silverado 1500 0% APR for 60 months, plus $750 cash rebate. Trailblazer already affordable, now packed with an additional $750 cash rebate. Come see why Willis Chevrolet of Granger is the best place in Iowa to buy a Chevy. Here in Granger or online at willischevy.com.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.
Are you ready for football season? Of course you are. And Shields in West Des Moines is going to help you kick off the football season the right way by giving you a chance to win a $1,400 tailgate package. And coming up soon at Shields in West Des Moines, it's football week. Starting on August 31st, you'll have the Shields Fan Zone from 4 to 6. In-store games and activities. On September 2nd, the Touchdown Tastes. You stop in store for free food samples. Who doesn't love free food samples? And then on September 4th, the high school tailgate at Valley High School. Food, games, prizes, and music. And I believe Trent Condon's going to be live from Valley High School on September 4th. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. I was getting worried because I hadn't seen him pop up. He's a gamer. Freshly shaved. Look at that dome. It looks freshly shaved.
This guy
the beard is trimmed up. Tyler Kluver joining us. What's up, buddy?
Being dad right now. This is why wasn't in the queue.
It's all right. Being a dad's a good thing. Look at that.
There's one. There's the other.
She looks so unimpressed.
When's number 3 coming?
Number 3 comes middle of September.
Let's hope it's the 22nd. Then number 3 would share a birthday with me.
The due date's the 21st. My birthday's the 25th.
That's why you guys are so much alike. It's you're both Sagittariuses.
Virgos.
Oh, that's what it is.
It splits actually right there. I'm a Libra.
Oh, look at you guys.
Oh, yeah, because I'm the last day. I am the last day
That's
of Virgo.
why you're so different.
I'm a cusp.
Yeah, I think it's all not true. But
I like the way you said that because you have a little girl sitting next to you.
Yeah, I would have said something else. I really
good at it.
So fun fact, I've never kind of a gray line, but from the time that they can understand something, I have never cussed in front of my kids.
Oh, good
ever.
for you.
I mean,
wow.
not a hard thing. She's only 3.5, but like from the time and the little guy is almost there, like about 18 months when they really start to understand words and repeat stuff, never a single word in front of my kids. My brothers, my uncles, or their uncles, they forget all the time. my dad, but I have never. So I'm really trying to, because it's always that fun, I'm coming up on all these fun times where they come home from school, she comes home from school and they're like, they'll say a new word. And you're like, where'd you learn that? We haven't said that at home. We haven't said that. And I can't wait for the time where it's like a cuss word or something. And I'm like, okay, tell me the story here because it wasn't me. I didn't do this.
See, I went the exact opposite. I swore in front of my kids all the time and taught them and said, "Hey, if you're going to swear, use it in daily conversation because you're going to hear it on the playground anyway. I'd rather have you coming from me." And now Greta and Mary are the two most foul-mouthed females that I know.
There you
go. But I still raised pretty decent kids. At least I think I did.
I could try that. I don't have the discipline for it. I would like to think, I'm going to not cuss in front of my kids. I let the F word fly in front of them. I realize, and then, other people do it too. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. And then Audrey goes, it's okay. I hear it at home all the time. I'm like, oh, that sounds great.
And I'm like one of the, I mean, that's our show. Like people know that's our show, but I, with them, want to get to the point where once they understand, like once they can intellectually comprehend right versus wrong, when to use it. I don't know how my wife will feel about this. Then I won't care so much. Yeah. But like
it's cute when a kid drops a cuss word. It's kind of
it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's hilarious. But yeah, we're gonna try. This guy's literally walking around with a stick. He's trying to beat people with a stick. He's got paint in one. You guys can just see the edge of disaster here. He's got paint in one hand and a stick in the other.
What's the wooden dowel for? Is that part of your workout routine thing?
No, it holds the door shut. It holds the sliding glass door shut.
It does look like one of those. This is actually, there's something that goes on this side and there's something that goes on this side that turn it into like this little play set of like a mop and a broom and a.
I thought you were going to say 45-pound weights on each side.
Yeah, it's a barbell.
Right,
we're lifting 737 and we're lifting. No, I actually haven't.
Nerf barbells for him.
I haven't worked out in a week. I've had both of them sick home all week, and my workouts have been 2-mile walks with them in the stroller. So we're thriving over here.
It's funny, man. Corey mentioned that earlier from Bats and Bugs about it being that time of year when his kids will be coming home from school and bringing home all sorts of stuff. So. Yeah.
So yeah, the podcast come out last night. I believe the thumbnail is the decision already made, and we're talking about the Washed Up Walk-Ons podcast. And I know Trent Condon on the Lunch Rush coming up a little bit later on from 11 to 1 on the Rush Radio Network is going to be talking about when should Iowa make the decision of quarterback. You have a unique perspective, having been in practice and everything. Do players at this point know who the starting quarterback is, just not the public?
I think so. I could be reading into it. I did a podcast with David Eichel yesterday that'll come out on Monday. And I think it's hard to believe that through this amount of time during camp, there isn't a clear, this guy's done better than the other. And I think you probably got a window into that on Kids Day last Saturday. And as much as people on the outside want to joke about KF will let this thing run until the end of the season and he'll still be making it, like KF and that staff, they don't want it to be a competition at a certain point either. They would like to name a starter and have now he's going to get out there and after the kids' day practice say, well, it's still clearly cloudy because they've got opponents that as long as they can, why would you give them an edge on preparing for a guy with a certain skill set over the other? And so fans aren't going to like that. And they're going to say, how is it clear? They're going to question. But on the inside, after that practice, they walked inside. And I mean, do people think KF and Lester are dumb? Like they saw the same practice. They're the coaches. They know what they have in that quarterback room. They're going to tell those guys exactly what they needed to hear. They're going to tell Heck, hey, that was good stuff, man. Like, hey, that was a big separator right there. You're doing what you need to do. Those guys know. And when they name a quarterback, they'll name a quarterback. But I think that right now Hecklinski is in the lead, obviously. And I've heard good things, this week about what they're doing in practice in the passing game as well. So,
okay, how much do those stats that we saw matter?
I don't think it's the stats that matter. I think it's the comfortability. I think it's the intangible. Hank Brown probably had a couple days in camp where he had those stats, right? Like he had the good statistical day. I think what really separates them, and I've heard it a couple different times now from Mike Holt, from Lester, in a couple offseason interviews, is the vertical passing game and the ability to push and take shots that aren't checkdowns. And that's a big thing that Iowa fans have been rightfully sort of annoyed with in the passing game over the last decade plus, is like, hey, when we do pass the ball, even if we're capable, it's not the route tree and the aggression that you see from other teams. And that really, it doesn't do a lot for you in today's world of football. And I think Hecklinski is more inclined to really extend the route tree, take chances, throw vertical balls. And you saw his capability of doing that on Saturday. And I think that's what Lester wants. And I think that's what this offense needs. It's what this offense needs because they have the tools to do it. I think they legitimately have the tools to do it. They're not going to have a first-team Big Ten receiver this year, but they have receivers that are capable, several of them, and a really good tight end, maybe a couple, and a couple really good running backs that could add to a passing game. They could be a dynamic offense. And I think what Hecklinski provides in the shot taking, in the confidence, that swagger, that kind of stuff, that's what I think matters more. Who's more comfortable out there, which is maybe the thing we haven't seen the most consistently outside of Mark in the second half of last season, is just a guy who's comfortable out there taking a snap, just looks like he should be out there.
So you mentioned looks like they should be out there. I'm going to ask you a question going back to your playing days, because it's been going on since the beginning of time. Do you remember guys that practiced incredible, then got their chance in a game and sucked? And did you know guys who practiced like crap and then were gamers?
That's what kind of gets me is, and maybe it was just that bad that this is all they could say, but during that era of like Spencer Petras and Padilla and them, where they would come out and be like, yeah, they're doing good things in practice. I think that all of that got probably overblown. Not that people are dumb, but I think people do need to understand on the outside that those coaches are going to go to bat best they can for their guys.
Well, I mean, but Petrus also had that Manning camp things too.
Well, he did. Yeah, there was film. I mean,
he had stuff that was outside of just coaches saying, "Oh, I'm really
happy
happy with my."
You want to know my take on Petrus?
Yeah,
I think the offensive line was in such a bad spot during his time that we weren't even close to being able to unlock his potential as a quarterback, because he was so worried about a defensive line, about a rush. And you could partially blame that on maybe Brian's offense too, but I think it's personnel and X's and O's during that era. I think that Spencer Petras could have been a pretty decent quarterback for the Iowa Hawkeyes if we would have had some pieces around him. Because in those clips where he's on air or he's just throwing a one-on-one ball in a 7, like Kid was pretty good. I mean, he could sling the rock. And every once in a while he would flash. I think people ran with the whole, we hear about how good they are in practice. And I don't think that's what the coaches were trying to say. I think it's what they said in place of what they were trying to not say. And we ran with that because it's what we got on the outside. I don't remember guys who were just so good in practice and then couldn't bring it to the field. It always tracked pretty good. Like, I don't remember guys who were really bad in practice. And then all of a sudden at Iowa, you're never going to get one of those. If you're bad in practice, you're not going to get the chance to go on the field. So
makes sense.
Kalen Robinson in the chat, you snapped the ball. Good boy. Oh, that guy, he must have been a quarterback or something. A really good player on the team. Interesting.
Well, I don't know if you heard Trent Condon on with us on Monday, but I was thinking about you because he was at the Kids Day scrimmage, and one of the big problems he saw was the long snapping. Like they definitely had some problems on the special teams, and long snapping was one of those. I'm like, Kluver's getting fired up. He's going to want to get to Iowa City. He wants to coach.
I don't want anything. I don't want to coach at all. Although I do have a really good track record of the personal long snapping guys that I've trained going to college. The special teams is a question. I'm a little concerned. And it's not from like specifically what I'm hearing. I actually have a lot of trust, or not trust, but confidence in the Ozick kid as a kicker for what he did at North Dakota State. I think the punting will come along. It's the fact that you have a first-year guy at returner, at snapper, at kicker, at punter, and oh, by the way, the coach is brand new too.
True.
And it's just that,
man, I hadn't looked.
Guys are going to have.
I hadn't looked down at the special teams part of the depth chart, dude. I don't know. Those are new names.
You've never seen a single name out. You've seen Lutmer. If he's the punt returner, you've seen him in a defensive role. Pretty confident that he could be decent at that. But we got new guys everywhere. We've got new guys everywhere.
We talked a little bit about the quarterbacks. Do you know anything about the kid that transferred in from South Dakota at running back? So it'll be Moulton. Williams is still there. LJ Phillips. Know anything? Seen anything?
LJ Phillips is.
The paint. The paint bottle has been hit with the dowel rod.
Yes.
The paint has exploded in the living room. The couch now has pink splatters on it.
They got to repaint the wall.
The kid's holding the dowel rod going, I didn't do it, Daddy.
No, my daughter's going to the bathroom and her little toilet seat wasn't on. For those that know, you know. Incredible week here at the Kluver household. Running back room is deep. LJ Phillips is insane. He's a Division I starter and 2,000 yards at South Dakota. Kid's a bowling ball. And the thing that I've heard from a couple of the reporters is his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, which is like an insane. I think I've seen Moulton on several lists, like national lists. Like he could be a top 15, top 20 breakout running back across the country. LJ Phillips is going to be like a 1B that is very, 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 very good.
Okay.
Is that good to be? I mean, obviously it's good to be that deep, but how do you keep everybody happy when
at running back
when it's
you
that
have
deep?
to. At running back, you got to have that committee. It seems like anymore. I mean, even at the NFL level, like having one stalwart running back is really rare anymore. You got to be able to hand the ball off to multiple people. It seems like. I mean, at every level, you've got multiple running backs that are going to be depended on. So I think it's a great thing.
Would you rather have in my perfect world, Ross, I'd want everybody to be happy and have that depth, but I'd still want one guy who's going 20 carries a game.
Okay. And sometimes that's the case where you got to get a guy into a rhythm and let him go, and that's how you get to those, 150 yards, and you let a guy keep hitting the rock and hitting the rock and hitting the rock, and all of a sudden he breaks through on a 75, 80-yard run.
Because it is, you bring up the rhythm. I think a rhythm, especially because you feel it, right? You know when a quarterback gets into a groove. You know when a running back gets into a groove. And it's like, wow, this guy's going to get 10 carries. This guy's going to get 10 carries. This guy's going to get 10 carries. We're going to run the ball. But some guys just need to be in there and carrying the football. Isn't that right, Kloov?
We're in meltdown mode. I got to go.
All right.
Go ahead, buddy.
The whole day is chalked. I'm sorry, boys.
Right.
Good luck to you, buddy.
Fatherhood.
Whole day's chalked.
Absolute fatherhood. I love it.
Telling you that dowel rod and the paint bottle, that was not a good combo. The camera spun to him and he froze like,
yeah.
They're on,
He's like,
they're on,
I
they're
can't
on to
believe
me.
this.
They're on to me. His daughter, when he's talk about a girl that's so unimpressed. You see that? She looked at it. I'm like,
I'm going to make your life miserable for the entire day, Dad. That's my goal here. Hey, we do have another Iowa Lottery Weekly Woohoo coming in. This person is not going to win because, well, he's an advertiser on the show. But Brian Duax let us know this morning that Tate Duax debuted in his college career now, had 1 goal, 2 assists in 60 minutes, and a 5-0 win over Holy Cross. That's a proud dad right
heck
there,
of
right?
a debut on for D1 there. That's nice.
I would ask you if you watched the WNBA game last night, but I know what the answer is.
I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
You had the Indiana Fever take on the Dallas Wings, 19,500 at American Airlines Arena.
Wow.
Mark Cuban sitting right there watching. The Fever had a good first quarter. Caitlin held to 10 points, 9 assists, and even Paige Beckers was held to 13 points for the Wings. So the two premiers were kind of down. Kelsey Mitchell went for like 37. She set the new record for consecutive games with 20 points or more. She's a hell of a player. But Dallas ended up getting a win 91-85. And the Fever are in a huge road trip. They go to New York now. So they were in Toronto, to Dallas, to New York. That's the hard thing about the league is the few amount of teams. When you do travel, Ross, they're usually like 4 or 5 game road trips, and then you're jettisoning across the country. I mean, that's not easy. But 19,000, it'd be interesting to see what happens next year because right now Dallas plays its normal games in an arena that seats like 7,000, right? Next year they're moving full-time to American Airlines Arena, which seats almost 20,000 people. Now, Toronto did the same thing. They play in a small arena. Caitlin Clark and the Fever come to town. They filled the place up. Fever come to town for Dallas, and all across the front row were Fever jerseys. Now, the majority were Wings jersey. A lot of Fever fans in there. A lot of Fever fans. I just think moving to arenas that seat 20,000 is a big gamble.
I mean, they tried to strike while the iron's hot. We'll see. Next year, again, dude, I'm not watching. It hasn't been interesting to me. So,
yeah, I mean,
when they make the playoffs, is it going to be one of those things, Trav? Like,
so right now they're the number 4 seed, which would give them a first round bye, right?
Okay.
And depending on, I mean, anytime you travel like this, last night defensively, I thought was one of the best I've seen him. There was a lot of help side defense. Caitlin's improved her defensive game tenfold from 15 games ago. But if they get in that top 4, Ross, they get a bye, they could compete for the title. Minnesota's really good. Golden State's really good. Las Vegas is Las Vegas, but Indiana is at number 4 seed right now. So
I saw a baseball stat pop up that was kind of surprising to me.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Because I was shocked to read this morning that Jacob deGrom became the second fastest major league pitcher ever to 2,000 strikeouts. Now, it took some reading to figure that out because I'm like, wait a minute, Jacob deGrom's been in the league a while. How is that possible? This is number of games. So Jacob deGrom.
So not years of service, number of games.
He's 38 years old. He's 38.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
No, he's not a Hall of Famer. He is he is a guy that is a what if career. If he hadn't been riddled by injuries, man, you go back and remember that Braves staff that had Jacob deGrom, Zach Wheeler, and do you remember the name Matt Harvey?
I do.
Dude, Matt Harvey started an all-star game. And legit, not like, it was in New York, but they called him, they call him like Batman or something because he was going to be the Gotham City hero or something crazy. He was the anchor of a really young, fantastic pitching staff. And all of those guys kind of got hurt, went through some problems. Jacob deGrom, now at 38 years old, the second fastest pitcher in number of games started to get to 2,000 career strikeouts. He's
38. That shows you how injured he was.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks, Captain Kirk. They called him the Dark Knight. Thank you so much for that. So Jacob deGrom at 38 years old right now, 9th in active pitchers for strikeouts. Zach Wheeler, who was on that staff, came up with him through the Mets organization, is right behind him at 10th in active strikeouts. Travis, did you know Yu Darvish is still in the league?
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
You know, when you say that about deGrom, all I can think now, Ross, is that he's 38, second fastest in number of games to 2,000 strikeouts, and all I think is what could have been.
Yeah.
What could have been.
With a lot of those guys. And again, Matt Harvey, who's not even in the league anymore. What could have been with a lot of those guys, man? And the Tommy John surgery, I think deGrom, and I think he's gone through a couple of those. So the number one name for active strikeouts, Justin Verlander. Max Scherzer's number 2. Chris Sale, Garrett Cole, and Kevin Gausman round out the top 5. Yu Darvish is 6th amongst active pitchers for strikeouts.
I thought Yu Darvish retired 10 years ago.
I did too. Several years ago, I thought Yu Darvish was out of the league. Apparently in the Padres organization.
Everybody have a great weekend. Come out to the Iowa State Fair tomorrow. We're going to be at JR South Fork Ranch. I'll be there from 2 to 5 watching my son Owen on the stage. He'll be doing an acoustic set. If you need a car this weekend, go to Willis Automotive. Get yourself a car. Just have a great weekend. We're just a couple weeks away from football, and that's when all the fun starts. For Ross Peterson, I'm Travis Justice. This has been the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. We are now booking, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. Now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
It's August, and that means back to school time is upon us. And we here at Willis Infinity want to make sure you and your teen driver's vehicle are safe and reliable for the year ahead. That's why we're offering a complimentary vehicle inspection. Just bring you or your teen's car to any Willis service center, and our skilled technicians will check over things like brakes, tires, and more. Any make, any model. So schedule your appointment online at willisinfinity.com.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire, a front row tickets to every show millionaire, hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie, you know.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, you know. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Bask in the glory of victories, or if necessary, wallow in the sorrow of defeat. Do both after every Hawkeye game on the Black and Gold Rush on the Rush Radio Network.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Don't settle for less. Get more of what you want with new Power Water from Powerade. More electrolytes, more flavor, and zero sugar.
Do it again, make it a 10. I got the power.
Finally, a fitness water that gives you power for more. Powerade Power Water. It takes more.
There's more Rush coming up now, but stay tuned to the Rush Radio Network for the Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and finish your day with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain on Beyond the Bench from 4 to 6. Only on the Rush Radio Network.